Hi everyone, it's Mike.
And Ravin.
And Crazy.
And we're about to play Marvel United.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be using Wolverine. And who are you using, Khaleesi?
Storm.
And I'm going to use Professor X.
And we got to face off against Sabretooth.
Yeah.
So he's kind of vicious. He starts off at the first player gets the Hunter token. So I put it on Wolverine.
Okay.
Because I'll be the first, then Professor X, and then Storm. And he basically just targets the targeted player. And then if his villainous plot is once he kills basically all of us, he wins.
Okay.
Because then you move once he kills the hunted player, the token moves to the next player, then the next. And then when it goes back to the first player, you lose.
Okay.
And his overflow is if he ever overflows a spot, the hunted player takes 1 damage. So he moves around getting the hunted players. So he's kind of tough. We'll see how we play against him.
Yeah.
And before we start, we're going to remind people about our giveaway for the core box for Marvel United.
Yay! And the Walmart Venom exclusive.
Yeah, we don't got him, but it comes with that. Instead of Wasp, it comes with Venom.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is like and subscribe and comment on any of the videos from Marvel United.
And previous entrants and winners can enter for this giveaway also.
And I'll put a link in the video on the original video on how to enter and everything too.
Yeah.
So we'll roll off to see where Sabretooth starts. 2. So he's going in that spot there. So Sabretooth will start there. And we're going to be over there.
Mojoverse.
So Sabretooth will go first.
So move to the next counterclockwise location with any heroes. And then he has BAM. He's got to go counterclockwise. So he goes here.
And he does his BAM. So what's his BAM do?
Deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Sabretooth location. This must be the hunted hero if they are in that location.
Okay, so Wolverine will take 2 damage. And we haven't drawn our cards yet, so we'll draw our cards too for each person.
All right.
So that's our cards for everybody. Wolverine's starting card, he gets his healing factor card. I think Deadpool has those too. And I think Mystique has one. Some characters, they start with a card automatically at the top of their deck.
All right.
So he has a healing factor card at the top.
Okay.
And I got 2 of my Adamantium Claws. So I want to keep that healing factor one. So I'm going to, even though those Adamantium Claws ones are pretty good, I want to be able to heal. So I'm going to discard the 2 Adamantium Claws.
Okay.
So they went to my bottom of my deck. And now he has to he does the target in the spot there. So there is a target there.
Discard all civilians from this location. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in both adjacent locations.
So we're all in there, so it does 1 damage to someone in that location.
Okay.
And we discard all the civilian tokens there. So do you want to take the civilian tokens off?
Yep.
Is there only 1?
Yep, because the other one's a thug.
And then 1 person's going to take a damage. So I don't want to give it to Wolverine because he'll already be KO'd.
No, give it to Professor X then.
Okay. So which card are we going to get rid of for Professor X?
We could get rid of one of the move and heroic actions.
Okay. So already we can see he does a lot of damage already.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to put 2 thugs on adjacent locations on each spot. So there's overflow already at the Savage Land. So his overflow is...
If 1 or more thugs or civilian tokens can't be added to a location, deal 1 damage to the hunted hero.
So already I'll lose my healing factor. Wolverine takes 1 damage and he's already KO'd. First turn already.
That's crazy.
So the hunter token would move down to Professor X now. And that's Sabretooth's turn. So it's Professor X's turn. And you got heroic action and fight.
Okay. And the 2 zones that are around us, Oscorp Tower and Savage Land, if the hunted hero ends their turn in this location, they take 1 damage.
Oh, that sucks too.
So that's something I have
You'd have to move there and then move off, but you don't have a double move one.
No.
So you don't want to switch locations right now because you don't have a double move.
No. But those 2 are
actually,
an overflow. It's
not Professor X's turn. I just forgot because Wolverine got knocked out. Wolverine goes first. He was the first player.
Right.
So we'll put back you picked up the heroic action and fight, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll put that one back. Wolverine got knocked out, so he'll stand up. And I'll pick up 4 new cards.
All right.
So those are the 4 cards I picked up, and then I'll go. So I'm going to play my double wild. So I'm going to move over to Oscorp Tower for 1 wild. And for my other wild, I am going to put a heroic action down because I want to get rid of that no place to hide so the hunted player can move.
Yes.
And that's my turn. So we know we got the heroic action and fight, and you have Wolverine's 2 wilds.
He's going to move to Oscorp, use his heroic action to do 1 here, use one of the wilds from Wolverine to clear that up, and fight one of the thugs.
For the other wild?
Yes.
Nice. And at the end of your turn, you get a move token.
Cool.
So that's your turn. So now it's Storm's turn. So Storm picks up. And that's one of her abilities. So relocate any heroes to different locations so you can move people around the map. And she can also, her other special ability, she can fight in any location and move. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to use Storm's heroic action and move card.
So now you have 2 moves and 2 heroic actions.
I want to move over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Use my heroic action. And then use Professor X's heroic action. And
You have 1 more move. Are you going to stay there?
I want to stay there.
Okay. So that's your turn. So now it's Sabretooth's turn.
So, no move and regenerative factor. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, Sabretooth recovers 1 health at the end of his turn. Can't go above his starting value.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
And then he's going to put down Suggs and do the target. So the target, what's it do?
Discard all civilians from this location, deal 1 damage to 1 hero in both adjacent locations.
And there's no civilians left there?
Yeah.
So then he's just going to put thugs on his location and the 2 adjacent ones. So where Storm is first, it would go there. But there's Overflow. So then the hunted hero would take 1 damage. And then 1 would go to Oscorp Tower. So Professor X takes 1 damage. So we know he's getting rid of civilians. Maybe get rid of the special power one, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. So now Professor X only has 1 wound, so we got to watch that too.
Yes.
Because once he dies, then the hunted hero would go down to Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And now he heals at the end of each of his turns. But he can't heal past his starting wounds, which is 7, so we're okay right now.
Which is good, because I think, was it Loki that we played that could heal past his wound?
Yeah.
Somebody.
So now we'll go back to my turn as Wolverine. So I got to fight. So I'm going to use the move and fight for mine. And Storm's move and heroic action to move over to the Savage Lands. So 2 moves over, and then I'll use a heroic action to get rid of that threat. And a fight to get rid of the thug. And that's my turn.
So
now,
the card says, at the end of turn, you may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to gain 1 fight and 1 move token.
I'm going to keep them because I don't want to lose health against Sabretooth because he does a lot of damage.
Right. Okay.
So we'll go to Professor X. So he'll draw a card. Well.
All right. I'm going to use Professor X's Wild to fight one of the thugs on here. And then I'm going to use the fight from Wolverine's card to fight another thug. And I'm not going to move.
So you get another move token. So now you have 2.
Yes.
And then it goes over to Storm's turn.
Mhm.
2 wilds.
I want to use my double wild card.
Okay. And what are you going to do with the double wild?
I want to get rid of those 2 sugs in my zone.
And you got 1 more wild from Professor X.
And I want to use that as a heroic action to save the civilian.
Okay, that works.
That was a
Nice.
good turn. Cool.
And then it goes over to Sabretooth now. Oh, what's he going to do?
Move to the next clockwise location with any heroes.
So that's Storm and Wolverine over there.
And then he bams. The bam is deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Sabretooth's location. This must be the hunted hero if they are in that location. So it's a good thing that Professor X isn't there.
In clockwise, yeah, lucky he didn't double move over there.
Yeah.
So Storm has some pretty good cards with her right now with the relocate and her being able to fight in any location.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it to Wolverine.
Okay.
Because hopefully, well, I put it at the bottom of my deck earlier, but I got that healing factor later.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get rid of my fight and my move card. Then he has a target, and there's no target in his location.
Yep.
So then we got to put 2 civilians on either side of him. So we put the civilians down, and then it's going to go over to my turn. So 2 fights. So I'm going to use Wolverine's double heroic action card. And with Storm's double wild, I'll move 1 of them over for the wild. I'll use another wild to put a heroic action. And then I'll put my 2 heroic actions on that card.
Yeah. So it says at the end of turn, if you have 1 or 2 cards in hand, you may draw 1 card. That's awesome.
So now we have a healing spot, so that's good.
Cool.
So do you want to draw another card? There's his claws. Okay. Moving to fight. So we got to get Professor X over there too, so he can get healed up too.
Yeah.
And you have those move tokens, so that will help.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Wolverine's turn. So now it's Professor X.
Yeah. Genius Intelligence. This turn you may treat heroic actions as wild.
That's good.
Yeah.
And it gives you heroic actions, so that means that will be a wild too.
Cool.
And then I just played the 2 heroic actions, so that works out right now for you too. You could have free wild cards basically if you played that.
Yeah. I'm going to use Professor X's turn heroic actions into wild card.
So that means you have 3 wilds this turn now, because that will be a wild and Wolverine's would be wild?
Yes. I'm also going to use both of my move tokens.
Okay.
So the first move token I'm going to use to go here.
Okay.
I'm going to use 2 of those wilds to fight these guys.
So we only need 1 more thug.
Put them there. My second move token I'm going to use to go here.
Okay.
And my last my last wild I'm going to move here.
Nice. And then at the end of your turn, you get to heal a card.
Yes. Telepathy. Choose another hero. They can swap any number of cards from their hand with their cards in the storyline.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
And that's your turn. So that was a pretty good turn for you.
Yeah.
And now it's going to go to Storm. So Storm's going to pick up. And you get a wild. So right now Storm has heroic action and a wild. So you want to use the Goddess of Weather one and move and be able to move heroes too?
Yep.
So you're going to move here, right?
Use the heroic action from Professor X on the card.
Yep.
Then I am going to move Professor X and Wolverine into my zone?
Okay, yeah, because your special ability to do that. That works. Then we can finish those missions later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
And then it goes over to Sabretooth. So what's he going to do?
Hunter senses. Move to the location with the hunted hero.
Okay, so that he'll just go right behind us. He's going to bam, which will do 2 damage to Professor X.
Which will knock him down.
Okay. So now that Professor X got knocked down, the Hunter token removed the storm.
Yep.
And we forgot it at the start. If he knocks down someone, then they're bammed, and someone's KO'd, he activates his bam again, which makes him even more scary.
Right.
So then he's going to do 2 damage again, and he's going to do 2 damage to Storm then, because then he would, if he killed 2 damage to Wolverine, it would kill him and do another bam. So we're not going to do that.
Right.
So Storm will put her move and weather 1 in the wild at the bottom of the card.
Okay.
And then he would do his target. What's that one?
Discard all civilians from this location. And there's 2. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in both adjacent locations.
So we'll have to give that 1 damage to Wolverine because he has 2 cards left.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put my double fight at the bottom of my deck. And then he has to put 2 thugs in both spots next to him. So it's looking for dangerous now too.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be my turn. So Wolverine will pick up. Move and heroic action. So I'm going to use my move and heroic action card. So I'll do heroic action where I am. And then I'll move twice over the queens. So at the end of my turn, I can heal 1 card.
Yeah. Good idea.
And I get a wild. So it's Professor X's turn, so he would get up. And he would draw 4 more cards.
Fight.
That's pretty good. You can give heroic actions to people.
Yep.
And you can give fight to people. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we got some pretty good cards.
Yep.
So we'll see what we're going to do.
So Professor X is going to use his leadership card.
So what 2 fight tokens are you going to give them? Storm's next. Do you want to give them the Storm maybe?
Yes. I'm going to use Wolverine's card. I'm going to use the heroic action to clear this up. Oh, that's a big one.
So we'll clear that mission. You have a fight. Do you want to do that fight too?
Yes.
And then you would finish that mission. So now we can start attacking Sabretooth.
Yep.
And you have a move token left. What's this now that you unlocked it?
If you performed 3 or more heroic actions or fights here this turn, you may gain 1 wild token. If you did not, you must discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck.
Well, you've done a heroic action and 1 fight. So you haven't done 3 things. So
No, so I'm going to move over here.
okay. And then you get a fight move token.
Yep.
And that's your turn. So now it goes to Sabretooth now because we've done 2 missions, so he's going every 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Sabretooth do?
Move to the location with the hunted hero. He's already there.
Okay.
And then he bams. Deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Sabretooth location. This must be the hunted hero if they're in that location.
And Storm's there.
Oh.
And he does 2 damage to Storm, so that would knock her down. And they would move the Hunter token back to Wolverine. And that means he's done his mission, so we'd lose.
Yep.
So that was a tough one. I think because him being able to double bam if he kills someone and then he bams again after he kills someone, that's what makes this really hard.
Absolutely.
I don't know if they queued that and he doesn't bam again, because being able to do 2 damage, kill someone, and then bam again and do another 2 damage, that escalates
crazy.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, so you almost need... But there isn't really anybody who's fast that can do stuff fast. That doesn't really apply in this game so much speed, right? So, yeah, I don't know how... You'd have to have things that clear up a lot of stuff really quickly, almost.
Or heal too, like Wolverine being able to heal wounds and stuff.
Yeah.
I lost that card at the start, so that sucked.
But having that, having queens there was helpful. Having a location to heal.
But then you're kind of building the game to your benefit too. So
yeah,
because we randomized, I think I only have a few more spots left of the locations too. So we're randomizing in this game. But it's still fun. It's tough to play against though.
He was. What did you think, Khaleesi?
It was good.
Yeah. We like Storm. Storm's cool. They do some interesting stuff. And yeah, if Professor X, if you got more of his ability cards where he can give people tokens.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Higher up too, then
do a bunch of different ability cards you can give too. Tokens.
Yeah. But it's always fun. I like this game. Quick thing we can do.
So thanks for coming out.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.